I turned to her, saw the look, not the right to remain silent look, but that beautiful look when I first asked her to be my bride. We hold each other's hand and watched the entire show. Then we walked back to our hotel. Kelly starts to unzip. Not one, not two, but three perfectly overweight suitcases. Now, I don't know what some of you were thinking. She holds up my favorite suit and she says, honey, this is perfect for dinner tomorrow. And look, I have a matching dress that goes with it. I looked at the three open suitcases and saw matching clothing. Then I remember the man's words. Create the moment, not the argument. His words hit me heavier than any excess baggage. I realized all this time I have been measuring pounds instead of measuring moments. I finally understood that each piece of the clothing wasn't just added weight. It was moment waiting to be created. That each piece of the outfit wasn't adding to the baggage fees. It was adding to our stories. Kelly wasn't packing suitcases. She was packing possibilities. I walk up to her and help her hang up the clothes. Honey, thank you so much for doing all the packing. And just like that, the excess baggage was no longer heavy. My friends, in our relationships with our friends, families, and colleagues, we all have a choice of what to pack. We can pack our relationships with arguments that weigh us down, or we can pack our relationships with moments that lift us up. We can choose to fill our days with reasons to be right, or we can choose to fill our days with reasons to be happy. And after 23 years of our marriage, Kelly still does the packing. I still pay the fees. But we no longer fight over the weight. Instead, we cherish the moment that we're about to create. What about you? What's in your suitcase? Create the moment, not the argument. Contest chair.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Oh,
Toastmaster
I mean,
Lenchen.
good evening for you guys.
Yes, good evening from us.
Yes, I got my coffee, and I hope you all have had your dinner. Might be a
Yes.
late dinner or early dinner.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we will begin in 1 minute. Madam President, everyone said, all our role players, are they here? We'll make sure everyone. So remember to change your name. By following these ground rules, please turn on your camera throughout the meeting. Rename yourself. If you are a guest, please type G and your name. For example, 𝘗-𝘕𝘓𝘓, G David. If you are playing a role, taking a role, please type T. For example, me, the SAA, and Toastmaster of the day, David Tan. It's 7:30 p.m. Vietnam time, 8:30 p.m. Malaysia time, and all the way from the US in the morning. Good evening, everyone, and good morning to our Toastmaster, to our distinguished guest speaker, Toastmaster Lenchen. Tonight's C-Level Advanced Toastmasters Club, these are the ground rules. Turn on your camera throughout the meeting. Please mute yourself when speaker is speaking. Keep chat appropriate and respectful. Raise your hand if you want to speak. Find a productive space to meet. And please use our official Zoom background, which has been shared in the chat box by our Madam President. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I've shown you the inspirational gift. I would like to begin, and let us, everyone, our meeting begins. And I would like to call upon the president for her opening, the club president, Toastmaster 𝘗𝘰𝘢𝘴𝘵, for her opening remarks. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster David, for a lot of beautiful words at the beginning to set out the meeting today. Well, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, of the distinguished guests, fellow Toastmaster, and future champions. Welcome to C-Level Advanced Toastmaster Club, the very first advanced club in Vietnam. Let me start with a quick questions for you guys. Did you ever plan to use your phone, your smartphone, for around 5 minutes, and suddenly it's become 30 minutes or 5 hours? Did anyone have that experience? Just use your phone for 5 minutes, but it turned out 5 hours. It was me, and I believe some of you have that experience. We are living in a world where we are constantly connected, but often distracted. That's right. Today, our team will be digital wellness. At C-Level, our mission is bring you to the top level in leadership, public speaking, and personal development. And the truth is, you cannot reach to the top level if your mind is constantly interrupted or your attention is all over the place, right? And you cannot lead others effectively if you cannot first lead your focus. So tonight, just as every meeting of C-Level is a chance for you to reflect yourself. Are we using technology or is using us? Are we present or just online? The quality of your communication is directly linked to the quality of your attention. So tonight, you can hear speech, short answer, evaluations, or many insights. But I believe you will hear some idea to transform you, transform the way you live, you speak, or in this digital world. And tonight, I dare all of you, put your phones, put your smartphone aside, be fully present. Give your full attention, not just to speaker, but to yourself. Because the focus is a superpower. Once again, welcome everyone to C-Level Advanced Toastmaster Club. And I would love to officially open the meeting today. Back to Toastmaster of the day, David.
Thank you very much for your opening remarks, Madam President, Toastmaster 𝘗𝘰𝘢𝘴𝘵. For tonight's meeting, I'm your Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster David Tan. It's good to be back to C-Level after many times of persuasion, and I'm back. For tonight's meeting, as our Madam President has shared her opening remarks, it is digital wellness. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, even we need wellness in our own digital life. Technology is very advanced. It is near to us, yet sometimes it can be good, it can be bad. Therefore, I have my own role players for tonight. First role player, I'd like to call upon the timer, Toastmaster 𝘰𝘢𝘴𝘵, to explain his role and also the timing rules for the meeting. Over to you.
Good afternoon, good evening, depends on where you are. I'm Toastmaster 𝘶𝘠𝘕𝘓, and today I will be the timer's. As the timer, I will track the time that you spend on every part of the meeting, including table topic session, evaluation, and also the prepared speech. So in every part, I will explain for you the timing rule particularly. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much to our timer Toastmaster Tuan Hip. Next, I would like to call upon our Madam President once again for the mood booster session. Over to you.
Okay, well, it's actually my favorite part because it's a time. If you're in Vietnam, we will have some day offs, and even you're in US or any place in the world, we have some day off, and I'm very sure you guys plan to travel somewhere, right? So today we will try the time for us to travel online, and I would love you to be on the planes with me today. It's a time to travel, and I will share my screen. Yeah, it's a time to travel, everyone. Let's travel today because we have some days off. The rule is you will see a pictures. We'll tell a short story about that pictures in 30 seconds. But the point is, you must include yourself in that story. You can say anything that you have include yourself. Right? Is that clear? And you just have 30 seconds. Only 30 seconds for you. All right? Do you get the point? Right. So everyone, can you put number 1 if you are clear to the rules? You see the pictures and tell a short story in 30 seconds. Require in your story, you have to include yourself. Okay, Bill Tran understand. Only Bill understand, huh? Only Bill? Oh God, only Bill is my friends. Okay, Annie understand. Right, so okay, good. David already said, okay, beautiful. And now let's travel together. The first play is let's go to a romantic garden. Let's go! Romantic garden, princess and prince. Let's go to the story. I would love to invite Toastmaster 𝘗𝘕𝘓𝘴𝘵. Let's open story. Our princess 𝘗𝘕𝘓𝘴𝘵.
A nice picture with a lot of flower. So I have a 30 seconds to speak, right?
Yes, quickly.
I think my family is a farmer. So when I was young, I living I get close to the nature, and I see many flowers, and I really love them. So
Thank you. Thumbs up. It's very fast, huh?
yeah.
But yeah, you are right. You include yourself and your family. I know it's challenging, but trust me, the challenge makes us grow. Okay, thank you so much for the first try. Very great efforts. Next, I love to invite some of you go to the beach. We could go to the beach and enjoy the beach because the weather is very hot right now. I would love to invite Toastmaster Felix. Welcome on the stage, Felix.
Hello everyone. Hello Toastmaster of the day and hello Toastmaster and guests. I do not have any plan to go to the beach at this moment, but I have a plan to have my future wedding on the beach. At that moment, I will invite not so many friends of mine, but only my family, my wife families, and a few people on that. So Yeah, a beach like that, no
Thank
people,
you.
no
Thumbs
trash.
up.
Perfect.
Beautiful. So romantic plan. Awesome. I love your story, David. Sorry, Felix. Beautiful. I believe it's such a very impressive wedding, huh? Thank you. Nice sharing. And now I would love to bring you to a very crowded city in the world. I have no idea. Let's see. If you know, can you guess the city? Is there any man here? Actually, is this Japan? Anyone come to Japan? Right. And this time I love to invite Diltran. Share a story about this.
Oh, thank you very much. Good question. I would love to go to Japan one day. Never been to Japan. Strange thing. I've always meant to go, and I love Japanese things. Never ever been. But I think the biggest city I have ever been to is London. I come from Sydney in Australia, and Sydney's quite a large city, but nowhere near as large as the big metropolises of the world. And when I went to London, I was completely blown away. And I can only imagine this is what this city would be like. Just absolutely crowded. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much. Thumbs up. I love the way Bill lead Earth from this country to another country that he know. It's a very smart strategy, Bill. Thank you so much for story. I wish you can travel as much as possible. Share more story with us. Beautiful. And now last place. The last play in this world that is play, I think is familiar with you, especially someone in the center of Vietnam, huh? The last one. There. It's the center of Vietnam. Right. I love to invite Toastmaster Tom Tran. Yeah. I want to challenge you. Let's try Tom Tran. I know you're in USA, but I want to challenge you. Let's use your imaginations. You have 30 seconds.
Hội An is beautiful place. This is old this is one of the oldest city in the middle of Vietnam, and I have a chance that I and my family have visited here back in 2023. We went there. We see the show. It's a beautiful show, which is it's about like 2 hour long show, which is really long, but so far the area is a little bit small, but they have beautiful. We have get a chance to try the
Thank
tea.
you so much. Great try. Yes, great try. You make it very correct. Like you bring your family, you bring yourself in the story. It's great. Great story, Tom. I believe you can expand this so much longer, but the time limitation, we will stop here. But your story is so impressive. All right. So with this, all of this picture, I will just love to share with you that actually with the language, you can go further than you can imagine. So let's learn English, master any language, and this can bring you very far. Thank you so much. I hope you guys recharge your energy and maybe you find some place to travel in this holiday. Thank you, and back to Toastmaster today. David.
Thank you very much to our Madam President for that wonderful mood boosting session. So I believe everyone are already prepared and being boosted for our meeting tonight. There are two more role players that I would like to introduce. The listener and grammarian, who is also our new member of C-Level Toastmasters, Advanced Toastmasters Club. He's all the way in the US, in America too. Let's welcome Toastmaster Tom Chen, the listener and grammarian for tonight, to explain his role.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for choosing me to give me this role, and it's like the double role for grammarization and listener. I hope I can do it well. For the listener, for the grammarization, I'm looking for 5 categories. It's something it's called less is more, which is with a short sentence, but we can deliver more message in there. I'm looking for something humor, like you're making us laugh while you're talking. something visual while you're talking, kind of like you painting a picture on your story. I also looking for something sense, kind of like it, I can smell the smell around your story. Also, I would like to see emotional, sad, angry, something like that. So good luck to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tom Chen, for explaining your role as both listener and grammarian. May I know is the general evaluator here? The general evaluator, the final role for tonight, is Toastmaster Tom here.
Well, may we invite Toastmaster Beltran to replace the role as general evaluator?
And where is he?
Right.
Toastmaster Bill, general evaluator for tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I can stand in for general evaluator.
Awesome. Thank you so much, the generous guy. Thank you. All right, keep going, David.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bill, for standing in for Toastmaster Temdo, who was supposed to be the general evaluator for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin our first session of the night, the training session. Our guest speaker, he is the semi-finalist of the World Championship of Public Speaking in 2025. He is also a speaker, successful person. At the same time, he also has a new book published just recently. Let us welcome our speaker tonight, Toastmaster Len Chen, How to Create an International Contest Speech. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Toastmaster Len Chen.
Awesome. Thank you very much, David. Good evening to you all. I'm just question. I know that I'm being highlighted right now, spotlighted right now, but I'm going to change it to gallery view. Are you all still can see spotlighted? Good, because I'm still trying to learn on Zoom because I particularly like to have gallery view. Why? Because I like to see all of you guys. I don't like to see myself. I like to see the participation. I like to see when you turn on your screen, because the only way that you can improve is you have to participate and get yourself into the scene or into the zone. That's what we call here in America. Lee and I did not coordinate this at all. Well, she asked me to come and speak, so I'll come to speak. But she and I did not coordinate as to the fact that she started out by using the phone, and my phone is down here still being charged, that our lives are being distracted all the time. As a matter of fact, I did a TEDx speech about controlling distractions, on how using the phone actually destroying your brain, and it's supposed to be published yesterday. However, TEDx is very strict. They are checking my facts, so then now I have to send in all the facts, and they're doing all the checking, and hopefully it's going to be published soon. And then for the other part that Lee did was sharing all that scenes where you all supposed to describe, and you know what? It's perfect for what I'm gonna say later on. So like I said, sometimes the universe is strange, right? Sometimes the universe brought us here together because of fate. And in that fate in itself, I am here to help you to become the world's best speakers. Although we are small today, but small is awesome. We got 13 people. Well, minus me, there's 12 people. 12 people listening to what I'm about to say. And what I'm about to share with you is how I'm going to take you from good to awesome. Are you guys ready for that? All right, awesome. And then here's the kicker. And I did this to the other club. So I want to do the same thing for this club. If you are, and we're gonna have a Q&A. I believe I have 45, 50 minutes, and I'm gonna save at least 15 to 20 minutes for questions. If any of you can stump me on your questions, I cannot answer your questions, I will pay for your monthly dues next month. Okay? So try to come up with a question, stump me, and don't worry, I'm not going to run away. Lee has my information, and I will pay for your next monthly due or 6 months due. Sounds good? All right, think those questions as I'm giving you this. How many of you compete in international contests? Raise your hand. Only Felix? Lee, Bill? Okay. And David, Phoebe, awesome. And the guests, feel free to turn on the camera, because as much as you see me, I love to know who you are as well. But if you are busy with other things in life and you can't turn on your camera, it is completely understood. But this is what I've learned as well. If you want to change your life, you got to do something courageous. Show up. All right. For those of you who competed, has anyone gone beyond district? No one. Okay. All right. So today I'm going to take you how it feels to go beyond district. So I went beyond district 5 times. And then last year I went to semifinals. This year I'm going to competing at district actually next week. So as I'm speaking to you right now, I have my speech in the back of my head as well. The only way to win at district level is you have to have a speech that is coherent. Now you probably running your head right now. Of course, I'm going to have a speech that's coherent. And coherent means is this: it has to be understood by everyone. Sometimes people think that they go to a contest, an international contest, and then they just tell a speech. But if the speech is not understood, then most likely you're out. And those speeches that are understood, it's kind of a gamble when you get to district level all the way to the world stage. And when I say gamble, what I mean is if your speech resonates with the judges, right? Because the message is key. So 2 things that you want to do at the international speech contest is you have to have a good content and you have to have good delivery. That has to go hand in hand. Content and delivery, okay? Not one or the other. You can have the best content, but you have a poor delivery, you're not going to win. And then same thing as well. You have good delivery, poor content, same thing as well. But delivery, it's extremely important. I would say delivery is probably 55% and content is 45%. And I'm going to show you why later on. Now, you want to win at international stage, you got to have a message. You have to have a message. Now, all of you be thinking, of course, I'm delivering a speech. Of course, I'm going to have a message. But here's the kicker. Many of you think a message is good enough, but no. A message has to be universal. If that message means so much to you, but I am as an audience does not connect, then it falls apart. So try to come up with a message that is universal. Now, what is the message that's universal, mostly that wins at the international stage? Self-doubt. Think about it. How many of these speeches have won because of self-doubt? The most, has anyone here watched the last recent winning speech? The gentleman who talks about nod. Yeah, let's nod. It's all about self-doubt, right? Because he didn't believe in himself until it's like, okay, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just nod, right? Universal messages wins. Don't come up with messages like, I love to drink my cup of coffee every morning. Everyone should have a cup of coffee. That's not going to work. A universal message where any and everyone can understand you. That's what takes you to the winning stage. Here goes what I have noticed speakers lack as well. A foundational phrase. You all know what's a foundational phrase? Okay. A foundational phrase is a phrase that is catchy. You just watch my speech, right? My foundational phrase is create the moment, not the argument. And I went back, create the moment, not the argument. And then I wrap it up, create the moment, not the argument. The most famous, there's a lot of famous foundational phrase in these winning speeches. Is the other one is, well, what does he see in me? Stuff like that. You want to come up with a foundational phrase, because at the end of 5 to 7 minutes, when your audience leaves the room, they want to remember you by something, okay? Or you want the judges to remember you by something. Most of the time, our brain can listen to a 5 to 7 minute speech, but when there's something that's catchy and sticky, it stays longer. So a foundational phrase stays longer. Okay, so when you create these speeches, make sure that you have a foundational phrase. I got people come up to me and ask, "Ellen, what happened if I don't have a story? My life is boring and I can't come up with a story at all. And where should I start?" Think about this. We all have a story. Think about this, okay? Now you might say, yeah, well, how about someone who always lock himself in a room and not going outside and not explore here and there? It might not have a story. That's not true. Even if you lock yourself in a room, that's a story in itself. Why did you lock yourself in the room? Within that 3 hours of time frame, locking yourself in the room, what happened to you? What was the thought process during that time? We all have a story. It's just how you put it into a story. Got it? So never ever say that I don't have a story. You do have a story. It's how you put it together. All right. Every single speech has to have a hook. And that hook is a question to the audience, a quote, or a statement. My hook was actually, I'm telling you guys, ask me a question, then I'll pay for your 6 months fee. Right? That's the hook. Because that's how you get the attention of people wanting to hear more. Right? So don't just start out your speech by just telling the story. You want to start out your speech with a hook. So for my story, the speech that you just heard, create the moment, not the argument, I started out right, the scene is right at the airport. And here I'm arguing with my wife already. Now that makes people wonder, okay, what's coming next? All right. Don't start out the story by telling the audience, I'm going to share with you a story. Of course you're going to share a story. You don't even have to tell the audience you're going to share a story. You are on the stage already. You are obligated to tell a story. So just bring them right in. Okay. All right. Next one. A conflict. Not many people can understand this. A speech got to have a conflict. Just like when you watch a good movie has to have a conflict. People love conflict, right? And why do people love to watch conflict? Because a conflict usually, not usually, mostly has to have a resolution. And people want to see, based on the conflict, how did that person resolve? Don't just tell a story for the sake of a story, because a story without a conflict, right? It's boring. It's like watching a documentary. I mean, if you really like to watch documentary, then you can sit there, having one cup of coffee after another and just watch it and then probably fall asleep. But a conflict gives you entertain people and bring their enthusiasm in. Okay? In your speech, you have to have a guru. A guru. You need to have a guru. A guru is a teacher. A teacher or someone who teaches you or gives you the wisdom. I have seen so many mistakes that the speaker himself or herself always end up finding the wisdom by themselves. The speech in itself is somewhat no longer believable, right? If you find the wisdom yourself, then you're just so smart. And if you are that smart already, then you cannot connect with an audience, right? If I tell you of my guru, let's use my speech as an example as well. My guru is actually that man who sit on the stage and looked at me and said, "You want to be happy? Then create the moment, not the argument." Then I learned from him, and that's how I use that in order for me to proceed or go along with my speech. You got to have the guru. Never just say, "Yeah, I went through this, I felt the conflict, and then suddenly I realized this is what I need to do." If you realize this is what you need to do, then you should have done that a long time ago. Why suddenly you realized it? Explain to us even how you realized it. Take us back to the time where someone must have said something for you to realize it, right? You don't grow up to be an adult and learn everything on your own. You grew up to be an adult because during your lifespan, there's someone or some event in your life that taught you that kind of wisdom. Okay? Next one is transformation. Transformation. And I haven't seen this enough too, especially at speeches at the lower level, district and lower level, is people don't talk enough about their transformation. Right after what you learn from your guru, you got to show another side of you, a different side of you, that you are applying these wisdoms that you've learned in order for you to transform to become a better person. Then you should give an example of how you transform and how your life improved. Because that way, at least for us as an audience, we can say, "Oh yeah, okay. So he transformed it that way. Maybe I'm going to try what he tried to see if I can produce the same result as him or her." Okay? The next part is, in your speech, it's not only about you. While, yes, it is true that you are sharing your story, but do not keep using the word I, right? Because when you keep saying I enough, then people are gonna wonder, like, "Yes, I know you are on stage, you're talking about yourself. That's so good of you." But sometimes you have to throw in the word you. Sometimes you have to incorporate we, right? Then you can involve the audience. That's why it is essential to ask the audience questions. You don't have to ask them too much, because when you ask them too much, then it's going to take away from the emotional part of the speech as well. But you should at least have one. For me, I like to have two, and then the conclusion, I wrap them together as well, and that becomes 3. Okay? When you write your story, and I highly believe in this, okay? And I think I particularly think 100% of you do it, unless you one of those great storyteller or great writer that you don't have to write it out. But for me, honestly, I write out my speech. I write out my speech word for word. The only time that I don't write out my speech is when I give a presentation like this one here. When I give a presentation like this, it's all because I have bullet points in my head that that I can share with you. But when you get to an international contest level, you should write out your speech, okay? Most of the time, I would say it's between 600 and no more than 700 words. In the speech itself, you should always go back and ask yourself, any part of the story, which we call them scenes, do not have any questionable part. Because if there's anything in there that is questionable, then the judges are going to be too busy scratching their head trying to figure out what are you talking about before they can catch up with you. And while they keep scratching their head, their brain is blocked. They're not going to follow what you say next, and that's it. Your chances of winning, very minimal. Okay. For example, one of my friend speaker, actually, who's also going to speak at district level as well. He started out with his speech by getting mad at his wife because she came late to pick him up. And then when he yelled at her, and he said, "Why are you so late?" And then she said, "Honey, I just got out of the hospital." And then he jumped into another scene. They went to have coffee. I was like, "Wait, your wife just told you that she just got out of the hospital. Why you jumped to another scene that you went to have coffee?" It just doesn't connect. So I told him honestly, and I said, if this is a speech that you want to continue at district level, most likely just say goodbye, because that is the furthest that you're going to be going to. Okay. I myself, I like to give honest feedback, because if you don't give honest feedback at district level, then you're not doing any service to whoever you are coaching. Okay. When you coach someone, you got to be honest. All right. This is the tricky part here. Does your story have to be 100% truth? Let that sink in. Let it sink in. A lot of people who I coach, right? They tell me this. They said, "Len, I want to show 100% authenticity. I don't want to make up my stories. I want people to follow the journey so that they can understand how I went along." Look, the story does not change. You are still being 100% authentic. The only thing that might change is maybe describing the scene a little bit, or the feelings. Okay. So my story in that speech, the excess baggage speech that you saw in the beginning, the whole story is the story. That is the truthful story. The part that I might change a little bit is how my wife argues with me and my response to her. Because sometimes when you deliver the response, you want to tweak a word or two in order to capture the humor, all right, or to capture the emotions. Because think about it, if you and someone who's arguing at that moment, there's no humor. But if you want the audience to watch conflict all the time, they're gonna get bored. They're gonna be like, "What, this guy? He's standing on the stage and all he does is talk about conflict. Oh, my brain's about to burst because too much conflict, right?" So you want to change it a little bit and bring in the humor. Was that humor truth to the story? Not really, but at least that humor, it gives the audience a release of too much tension. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Ooh, this is where I'm going to bring in Lee's slides earlier. In your story, you got to get away from telling, more of showing. And boy, I was hoping that, number one, I was hoping that Lee is going to call me to answer those 4 scenes that she shared with you. But then a part of me just said, please don't call me. Don't call me, because I want to use this as an example. Okay. She called on all 4 of you. All 4 of you did the same exact thing. You all tell about the story. None of you show the story. She had asked you, describe yourself in the scene. You could have taken that 30 seconds, an opportunity to show the story, meaning describe the scene while you are in there. Right? The first scene is I'm walking through the garden, smelling the roses, and then I took that sniff, and boom, allergies kicked in. Something like that. You see that? Or while I'm walking in the Japanese street, oh my goodness, so many people. Japanese words left and right. Oh, I can't wait to go back to Vietnam and listen to my native language. You see what I'm saying? That is showing. What you guys are saying is too much telling. And I have seen this at speech level, where you tell and tell and tell. When you tell, it's not exciting. When you show, then the audience are in the scene with you. That's the winning recipe. You got that? All right. This part here. Do not preach in your story. And I have seen this a lot too. For me, every single one of my speech, I give at least 80% of the story, 20% of preaching. Meaning what? So once again, I'm going to bring back to my international speech. 80% is the story in itself, right? How I built a conflict with my wife. And then I saved the 20% to tell the people, hey, look, life is not worth it to argue with people. Because sometimes in life, happiness means more than proving yourself to be right. Look, if I'm going to spend the other way around, 80% telling you about that and 20% the story, you as an audience, you're gonna be like, hey, I am an adult. You don't have to tell me that stuff. Of course I know that. But you know what? You all tend to do that. You all tend to keep preaching to people, telling people of what to do. We are living in the world of AI right now. If I want to find facts on how to live my life, I'll go to AI, and AI probably give like 5 pages of an answer where I can read and enjoy more, right? And when I read, I'll probably find more satisfaction than you telling me, because when you telling me, we call that as an insult because you are preaching to me. You only do that to your kids, but you don't do that to another adult. It just doesn't feel right. So in order for you to preach, what you need to do is you tell that story, because what? AI cannot produce stories. AI can only produce, I'm mentioning AI. Everyone follow me when I say AI, right? Awesome, okay. AI can only produce stories that it captured from whatever people put in there. That's it. And now it just generate that story, right? But when I'm saying your story is your own, no one gonna have the same story as you, just like your fingerprint. No one gonna have the same fingerprint as you, right? So when you share your story, you cannot find that in AI, okay? So share your story first with a message. Then when the audience can establish your credibility, now you jump to the preaching part, right? Because the audience has already believe you from the scenes and the emotions and the transformation that you described. All right. Oh, this one here is where I see a lot of people lack. In your conclusion, you have to have a call to action. And what the call to action means, you got to tell your audience what to do after they listen to you. I think the most unsatisfying thing is listen to someone for 5 to 7 minutes and then they don't tell you what to do, right? I just wasted my life for 5 to 7 minutes where I can drink more coffee, and then in the end, you don't tell me what to do. You always want to tell people what to do. You share the story, you end with the preaching part, and now you got to tell people, what would you do next, right? Always have that call to action. This is also the part where I've seen a lot of speakers messed up on their speeches. The title. Now, international contest speech, you have to have a title that does not give away the story. Novice speakers or beginners, they always give a title that gives away the entire speech. You don't want that. Once you get to a district level, you got to have a title that sparks curiosity. Someone can look at your title and be like, ooh, wow, what does he mean by excess baggage? My speech that I'm going to deliver next week is all I see is all I see. Who knows, if I have time, I'll deliver that for you later on today. Right? The title is All I See. And now you wonder, what the heck does he see? But at least that sparks curiosity. Now, when you give a speech like what I'm doing right now, the title of my speech today was, what is it? How to create an international contest speech. Of course, because I am here to give you a solution. Then that title is okay because it is a workshop title. So for someone to come in to listen to a workshop, you want to know what exactly is that speaker going to say. And that's the reason why you all log in and want to watch how to create an international contest speech. If Lee were to put this a different title in here, like excess baggage. You kind of wonder, what the heck is excess baggage? I don't want to come to C-level meeting tonight, this morning or tonight, right? So the title depends on the event that you are going to give. On an international contest level, do not give away a title that represents your speech. And I've seen so many speakers got that wrong. All right, now the second part of the international contest, and that is delivery. Delivery. You got to make your delivery conversational. Conversational, like what I'm doing with you right now. I'm talking to you like we are having a good conversation, right? And a good conversation meaning you got to know how to vary or change your intonation, your tone of voice, how to bring in your hand gestures, how to move left and right, how to smile on the screen. That is conversational. Here goes the problem too. Back earlier, I told you to create a script. And what happens with script is, as you read it, as you memorize your script, and when you deliver it, because your brain is so busy trying to pull up all of the words that you had written, you become robotic. You become robotic during the delivery, that your tongue becomes a little bit tight, your eyes are moving, looking up, left or right, because you are thinking. Every time you think, you are looking up, right? And then now everything is keep moving, and then you tend to get out of the conversational tone. Okay? This is how you do it. You start out with a script. You want to read it, memorize it, and here goes the big word: internalize it. And what do I mean by internalize? Internalize it is turning your script into your blood, into your blood. Let the script flow like how your blood flows throughout your entire body, right? That's what I mean by internalize. When your blood flows through your entire body, your brain doesn't think, oh, where my blood is going to be flowing today. Just the same thing with your script. Your brain, because it's in your body already, that when you deliver it, you just know where to go with that script, and then you deliver it conversationally. All right? And that's probably the hardest part, is to deliver conversationally and internalizing the speech. When you speak, do not stand still. I've seen people who does this. I've seen people say, as I walk down the street, and then the guy standing there, and then he yells at me, and this kind of motion here, I've seen it so much, and it drives me crazy. Okay? Hand gestures are important. Hand gestures is a supplemental of your mouth. When I say something that's important, I want to have my audience to follow me. I have 3 keys. You see that? I have 3 keys versus I have 3 keys. You see that? When it's important, emphasize with your hands 3 keys, right? When I don't want to say, Felix is standing to my right. No, Felix is right here. Felix is right here. You see the difference? Use your hand to show your audience, or to emphasize what are you talking about. But do not use your hands without a purpose. I've seen this, and sometimes, yes, it might come as natural, but that natural way is distracting. It takes away the essence of your storytelling. All right? Here goes the other part. Now let's talk about the face. Your facial expression is also part of the speech. I have seen people, they try to play this game. All right? They try to play this game that when they get to the international district level, they come up with a speech. They come up with a speech that is extremely emotional. They talk about speech where people are dying and or someone in their family has this health issue. Look, for me personally, I don't like to give those kind of speeches. But some people, they love to play that game because they think that when you bring in emotional factor, that you can win the judge's heart. For me, I think that that's a bad game to play because no one wants to go and listen for 5 to 7 minutes of something that is just so heavy, right? That is too heavy. But let's say if you decide to do that because, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just my preference. But I haven't seen anyone who won a heavy speech like that before. When you talk about something that has an emotional impact, let's say a health crisis, someone's dying in the family, your facial expression needs to show that emotion. I have seen people who said, I have a dying uncle, and I don't know how long he's gonna live. And I'm like, why your face looks so normal? If you talk about something that's just so not normal at all to others, then you have to show that extreme either frustration or sadness, right? Your face explains it all. And when you're excited, don't be afraid to smile, right? You have to have what you say relevant, right? Relevant to that scene in itself, all right? Oh, this one, don't walk back and forth. I have seen staging is key. Staging, when you stand still, that means you are making a point. When you want to emphasize to the audience, then you step up, right? When you step up, meaning that message is key. That's when you step up. And when you change scene to the left or to the right, that means changing scene in order to alleviate the audience control vision, because you don't want them to just look at you just one spot all the entire time, right? You want to change your scene to the left, or you want to change the scene to the right. Now, in a keynote or workshop like this, I change scene in order for you to not feel like, oh, I have to keep looking at him at one spot. But in an international storytelling, every time you move to the left and the right, you are changing scene because you're placing something for a reason, for a purpose, okay? Don't just pacing back and forth. I actually watched some of the recent division contests that you guys posted online last week, and I saw some of the contestants. I was like, oh my goodness, keep moving back and forth. It just doesn't serve the value of that speech. Pausing. Who here fear when you pause too long? No one? No one fear pausing too long? Felix, yeah. Actually, you may say that, but I bet you if I stand here and I'm gonna pause for at least 30 seconds, man, I'll probably be shaking too. But pausing is key, but you want to pause effectively. You want to pause effectively. Remember that, okay? I would say when you pause, 5 seconds is enough. 5 seconds is enough. Don't be afraid that when you pause, the audience might think, oh, look at him or her. He or she forgot a line. That's why they pause. Don't worry about that. You pause for a purpose. You pause because you just emphasize something, right? For me, I pause right after I give my foundational phrase. When I said, create the moment, not the argument. And I pause for 5 seconds. I look left and I look right to my audience, and then I continue the story. Don't give a message and then jump into another scene right away, because now you don't give your audience that time for them to marinate, right? To sink it in. You want them to sink in what you just said. So the pause is extremely effective. Now, if you pause for 30 seconds, yeah, that's just too long, unless you're doing that for a purpose. But most likely, the audience might think you probably forgot a line, right? So I would say the most effective pause is around 5 seconds. Speed of delivery. So that is the other part, right? You pause for a purpose, but sometimes when I see people speed too much, and when you speed through your speech, you just don't give people to catch up. Okay? So while you practice delivering your speech conversationally, make sure you know where's the period, make sure you know where's the comma. Don't just speed it up, because even though we have 5 to 7 minutes to speak at international contest level, the formula is weird. It's like most speakers win when they speak at around 7 minutes. The only speaker who won in less than 7 minutes was one person who I know. His name is Press. You all know Press Vasilev? He's the guy who made a speech about he changed a tire. No one watched that speech? Yeah, that's a cool speech. Actually, Prez and I, we actually work together too. He's such a nice guy. Yeah, we work together. All right. Oh, this is one. It's a big one for me. Note this down. Every single speech, you got to have a dialogue. I have heard from speakers, and they said, yeah, but I'm not good with dialogue. I cannot create a dialogue because I cannot change the tone, and I don't know how to look left and right. Look, you got to have a dialogue, because when you have a dialogue, it's a scene where people can see or they can relate. And there's two kinds of dialogue. One dialogue is to yourself. Oh, I just hate doing this. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing yoga? Yoga hurts. That's an internal dialogue, right? Or you can have a dialogue with someone. Honey, I don't understand why you have to pack so much. Leave me alone. See, all you have to do is look left and look right and change a little bit of the intonation. But a dialogue is fun. A dialogue is where your audience can watch and be like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That's just like in a movie, in a scene, right? So have your dialogue in a speech. You can go back and watch all the winning world-class speeches. They all have dialogues, right? So if they have the winning formula or they have the winning recipe, why are you not incorporating it? Ooh, this one, eye contact. Eye contact is key. Now, I don't know if you all can still do online contests or you do in person. I particularly like in person, right? Online is right now, even though I'm looking at all of you guys, but at the same time, I'm trying to look in the camera too, because so when you look at me, you see that I'm looking at you. But live audience is just amazing. When I look at people in the eye, that person gives me the energy. Sometimes I feel so unlucky. I look at that person and I was like, oh my goodness, this person looks like he's dead. It's like this person shouldn't even be in this room. This person just drained my energy. But you're always gonna have, out of 100, you might have that one person who just sucks the energy out of you. Then you're just unlucky, but it's okay, because you have 99 other energetic people that's waiting to hear your speech, that's waiting to smile with you. So when you look at this person, oh my goodness, that person looks dead, look the other person, right? And bring that energy back. Use your audience to energize your speech. Okay? All right. So I want to wrap with this. You can have an awesome story, but if you can't deliver, your story is not going to connect. Okay? But vice versa, if your story is just mediocre story, like walking into a garden, but if you can deliver right, you will win. All right, let's do Q&A right now, Lee, and I hope you all have those questions to stump me so that I can pay for your 6-month fee. How many minutes we have left for Q&A, Lee?
Well, actually, we're lack of
We
time.
are using 41 minutes and 30 seconds until now.
I used up all my time already? Oh my goodness. Who was my timer today? I didn't even see the timer turn on the clock.
But it's fine. I believe we can listen to you the whole day. Okay, so but I think we can still open for 1 or 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
Is there any questions to challenge Toastmaster Lantern and let him pay the fee for you?
All right, Felix.
I am, as a contestant, I'm really afraid of having technical problem when I'm doing a speech on the stage. Like, what would you do if you have the problem with your microphone? The audio, yeah, I meant.
First of all, wait, I'm not muted. Good. First of all, Felix, it happens to me at least twice in my life, right? I got on the stage and then I speak just only 2 lines and boom, that microphone just shuts out. Most speakers, when they get afraid, you know what they do? Oh, my microphone got messed up. Technical guy, can you fix this? That's the beginning, the entry level of beginner speakers. Me, you know what I did? I pull the phone out, put it around my neck, and I project. I project as loud as I can, and those far away might not hear me, but those in the front, I'm sure they can. At that time, all you can do is this: do not let external circumstances take your moment away, right? You get back into that moment and continue your delivery and connect to as many people as you can. Now you can only be there to serve those in the front, but not those in the back. But then just imagine this: if those in the front claps their hand, those in the back will probably want you back to speak some more. All right.
Thank you.
Next questions.
Well, if no one have question, I may have one small question.
Well, I'm just gonna answer this one for Phoebe. She said, "Do the judges only sit in the front row?" Phoebe, actually, we don't know who are the judges. If we know the judges, we'll give them some money on the table. No, we don't know who's the judges.
That's true. That's true. It's a rule. Right.
Yeah, go ahead, Lee.
You said that somehow in the live contest, when we see the audience, somehow the audience is inspired or give us energy. But when you see an audience who show a curious face or like a weird face or negative face, that makes us feel a little bit down. What do you think?
That's right. And guess what? That actually happened to me 3 weeks ago. So 3 weeks ago at my division contest, right? At my division contest, it was around maybe, I would say 30, 40 people at the division contest. And then as I was delivering my speech, I looked to my right, and there's this guy who's actually a contestant. He's a contestant going against me. He sat there like this. And then I was like, oh my goodness, why did I even bother looking at him? And guess right after I looked at him, I continued to lock eyes with him as well, because you don't want to look at some people and when they suck your energy, you look away. That doesn't look good for you either, right? You want to show that, hey, I am also confident. Guys and gals, I want you to remember this. When you are on the stage, you are always confident, okay? Don't let your mind tell you that you're not confident. When you're on the stage, you are credible and you are confident, okay? So right when I look at him, I continue locking eyes with him for 3 seconds or so, because I want to show him, hey, I'm still looking at you. And when I saw that, I just, like I said, I changed it to another person and I continued the speech. Don't let anyone suck your energy. You have to change right away. It's just like, hey, you're walking down the street, you see a hole, you don't want to step your foot in there, right? You just move to the left.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lan.
You just let me know about the time, okay, Lee?
Well, actually, yeah, time's up already.
Okay.
Time's up already. All right. And now we move to the next part, David. Yeah, back the stage to David, please.
Man, thank you very much to our guest speaker, Toastmaster Legend for sharing us lots of tips and also how to create an international speech. May I know, Madam President, may I know whether there's a test speech?
Yeah, we still have test speech to demonstrate about the training today. Yeah, let's
Do we
see.
still have time? Do we still?
Mhm.
So it'll be 5 to 7 minutes. So the test speech will be
Yeah,
continued.
just
Yes, sir. All right. Toastmaster Lee's test she'll be our Madam President, Toastmaster Lee will be giving her test speech. Are you ready, Toastmaster Lee? Let me say their name, title, and name. Everyone, let us welcome our Madam President. She's with Toastmaster Lee. Bent, not broken. Bent, not broken. Toastmaster Lee.
close your eyes. Think of the moment someone decided you were not enough. Now open your eyes. I want to tell you what I did with that moment. 10 years ago, I was a black sheep in my high school. Once my friend solved a problem in 1 hour, I sat with the same problem for 10. Same questions, different answers, wrong answers every time. I tried everything. I reread every page. I stayed after class. I whispered the lesson at night. And still average or worse. And the classroom was only half of it. Half of it. Outside those words, I have a different kind of test. Hey, your skin look disgusting. You look old and terrible. No one will love you. You have no good quality at all. Have you ever felt someone's work physically sitting on a jet? That was my life. Every time I walk out of my house, I carry the weight of everyone's opinions about me. I always look down, walk slowly, and I pray to be invisible. I was 16 years old, and I truly hated myself, my body, my brain, every flaw that I could find. Someone said I was a failure with no future. Stupid, ugly, the black sheep. High school ended. I packed my bags and moved far away from my hometown, from those boys, from the old versions of me. And one day, my mom, as a doctor, said to me, start with something that makes you insecure the most. Start with your body. So I listened to her. I tried running, swimming, dancing. Nothing helps. Then my mom smiled again. What about yoga? Yoga? Have anyone here ever tried yoga? May I see your hands? Anyone try this? Slow, very slow, still silent. Everything I was not. Every class, my whole body always scream, please, 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 quite so slow. I will never forget the deep poses, hip openers, and the worst part, that is the back bend. You can imagine that. The back bend, and I imagined like my spine about to tear apart, and my arm, all that moment, it start tremble. My legs shake, and my hands. When is this gonna be over? Every second feel like 1,000 years, 1,000 times I want to run. One afternoon, my Indian yoga instructor, a man with a very few words and absolutely no mercy, watched me shaking in a deep hip opener, tears threatening to fall. He said, almost to himself, the stress that breaks you open is the one that set you free. Set me free. I stopped. It hit me. I stayed on that mat, day after day, month after month, practice. 1,000 moments I want to quit, but I choose not to, just because that journey. And something began to shift, not just in my body, but in my mind. The girl who used to walk with her eyes down. The girl who never can focus for 10 minutes. Learn to sit still for 1 hour. The girl who failed the same lessons for years went on to complete 2 university degrees simultaneously, with the result she never dreams possible. The girl who walks all the way look down began to work like she belonged in the room. I was not stand here and pretend I'm perfect. My body still have a lot of flaws. My skin is still my skin. But here's what I changed. I stopped caring people's opinions. I start caring my own. The discomfort, never my enemy. It was a doorway. My dear friends, today, not tomorrow, find the things you have been avoiding. Maybe it's the mess you have refused to step on, the conversations you keep postponing, the hard thing sitting quietly in the corner of your rooms. Step into it. Not because it could be easy, but because on the other side of that discomfort is a version of you that you have never met. You are bent, being stretched towards something much greater The stress that breaks you open is the ones that set you free. The stress that breaks you open is the ones that sets you free. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, David.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hui, for the inspirational speech. Timer, may I have her time of speech?
Okay, so the time that Toastmaster Lee has spent on the speech is 8 minutes and 44 seconds, and she is over time.
Thank you, Timer, for the speech timing. Any evaluation, Madam Toastmaster, Madam President,
All right.
because of time,
Yeah.
because of the time.
Right. Because of the time limits, like we would not have a feedback. But yeah, I really appreciate some of your sharing in the chat board. If you can share some share some feedback for me in the chat board. But now we can jump into several topic section, please.
Thank you very much, Madam President. We hope that everyone get to witness how an international speech is 5 to 7 minutes given for present your speech. This ends the training session for tonight. We would like to give our speaker once again, Toastmaster Lanchen, a round of applause for the wonderful session tonight. Let us have a group picture before we move on to the next session. Please turn on your cameras, especially our guests, Chloe, our Juk, and Toastmaster Lin. Lin Nguyen, are you there?
Yes, please open the camera. We want to see you on our fan page, please. Yes, amazing.
Wow. Okay, let us I will take the picture. No emojis first. Let us first picture.
So I didn't see myself.
It's okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more.
Yeah, the second picture.
Freestyle.
Yeah, the second one is
Why is myself?
signature C of us, please.
Signature C. Let us pose with the signature of C-Level Advanced Toastmasters Club. It's the letter C. You left or right, it doesn't matter. It's the half of a heart.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Smile. C-Level. Thank you so much for the group photo session. I would like to move on with the table topic session. For this session, I would like to call upon the Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Tuan Nguyen, to conduct this session. Over to you.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. My today role is Table Topic Master. For the guests who don't know about this session, I will ask the questions related to our theme tonight, and then I invite members and guests to answer the questions. This is the chance for all of you to practice impromptu speaking. Before that, I would like to invite Tamer for update timing rule for this session. Toastmaster Hit.
Thank you so much, Topic Master. So today we will have the table topic session right now, and this session require every member to answer the question within 1 and 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will signal the green background. At 1.5, I will show the yellow one, and in 2 minutes, the background will turn Great. After 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, you will have more exit 30 seconds to fulfill your speech. If your speech go to more than 2.5 minutes, your speech will be disqualified for the voting section. So back to you, topic master.
Thank you a lot, Thomas. Let me start with the spawn questions. Raise your hand and what were the first thing you touched in this morning? Sorry, answer the questions. What were the first thing you touched this morning? Maybe our phone, right? So our phone or laptop or screen, they are amazing tools. They connect us, they teach us, and entertain us. But sometimes they also tire us. They steal our time. They make us lose energy. So today, our theme for table topics is digital wellness. It's the ability to use technology in a way that supports your mental health, productivity, relationship, and qualities of life. So I prepared 6 questions related to that topic. Now let's get started. For the first speaker who volunteered, first speaker, the question is so easy. So I would like to invite guest Linh Nguyễn. Hello, chị Linh.
Good evening, em. Thank you very much. Can I have a question again?
Yeah. Are you ready for the first question?
Yep.
Okay. Your first questions. Think about your morning. What is the first thing you do with your phone after you wake up? And do you think this habit help you or control you? Toastmaster Linh Nguyễn.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tuyền Nguyễn, for picking me as the first one in the very first question. So for this question, before I answer that, I would like to ask you all that, do you have your phone right now in your hand? Okay, it's very good. I saw some of the people here showing the phones in their hands as well. So what do you usually do when you are holding the phone? Can someone tell me? Just open the mic and tell me. Tuyền, can you answer?
So the Facebook, social media.
Oh yeah, that's the very addictive habit of all of us. When we have our phone in our hands, we usually scroll out the social media channels, and we usually really utilize our time into doing the things that make us addictive. So for me, when I open my phone in the morning, I usually check on my Facebook as well, even though I don't really do anything, but I just check on it just for fun. And also I usually check on other news on Google and my email, because I just can't open the phone in the morning and not the laptop. So it is a very good, tools and machine for us to, utilize the time and all the stuff when you don't have your laptop with you. And for this habit is actually save a lot of time for myself in the morning when I really want to check up what happened. For example, my emails last night, somebody could send me when I already sleep. And however, there are some drawbacks for this habits as well. When you using the phone too much, especially in the morning, it could like control you. It could really control you because you can get addictive, can be addicted to the phone, and then it can waste a lot of your time into keeping the habit like that. You need to one of my solution for this one is like you use delighted. You need to how to say I think this sum of times up. You need to manage your time when you use the phone, especially for social media channels and email checking or the stuff, reading news. Manage your time because that's one of my weakness too. So I'm back to you, Toastmaster Tuyền Nguyễn. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tuấn Hiệp, because I saw the red screen now.
Thank you, chị Linh Huyễn, for sharing your habit with your phone. And next, I would like to invite another guest from the Hot Cô Miếu. I would like to invite chị Phi for the number 2 questions.
Okay, I'm on the mic.
Yeah, thank you. And your questions is, in a normal day, how do you interact with technology at work and your personal life? Please walk us through a typical day from the morning to night. Toastmaster PP.
Every day when I wake up, the first thing I think that most people do, turn off the alarm. But I snooze it like twice or 3 times because I couldn't wake up at the first alarm ring. And as my very bad habit that I am aware and I want to overcome is to open Facebook and Messenger to see if it's like any new message. And I spend like around 5 to 10 minutes. So sometimes I was late for work. Yeah, I know it's bad. And technology, especially my phone and my laptop, is like the whole part of my day. I work in an office work, so that means I have to stay on the laptop all day doing meetings and sending emails, and even like after work I still have to turn on my laptop to check the message. And like there is a obsession in my mind is that I have to always be mindful about the notification from my laptop or my phone, or I'm gonna be missing out from my new updates from work and also missing out from my friends. And so there's another interesting thing is that I want to mix and mingle with my friends and like other people around me. So I use all kinds of famous platform, social network platform, Instagram, Locket, Facebook, Thread. I want to like stay updated to all of that. And to be honest, it keeps me very aware and fully informed of all the news in my life. But sometimes I feel tired. Like, what's the point if like I keep scrolling all day just to stay updated to the news that actually I don't really care about it, but I just want to catch up with my friends, so I want to know it. So the next goal in my life is actually to get off the phone and the technology more and focus more on some physical activities that is outside of the technology. Like I could have several hours in a day for myself to just like not touch the phone or not listen to any kind of notification and be mindful about my own life. And it's actually can heal our like very short attention span, which is the result of the short media forms and also the habit of scrolling the phone so much. So I want to improve that, and I hope that I could do it soon. And yeah, I am aware of the bad effects of using too much technology. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Yeah, be mindful for using technology and focus on a physical activity. Thank you your message. And okay, and let's move on to the next question. Who volunteer? I promise the question is so simple. Who's
Maria. The late couple.
David? Oh, okay, David.
Mary.
Yeah. Are
Not
you
me.
ready?
Not me.
David volunteer for Miss Marian Tâm-Đỗ.
Okay.
Let's invite Toastmaster Tâm-Đỗ. He did not talk much today.
Are you ready for the next question, Miss Tâm-Đỗ?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Okay. Your question is, tell us about a moment when you feel tired, stressed, or overwhelmed because of technology. How did you handle it, Toastmaster Tâm-Đỗ?
To be super honest, I constantly feel tired, stressed, and overwhelmed, but it's not really because of technology. It's actually because of my decision to be more connected with work rather than with the people around me. And technology just make that decision very easy, because every day I have my phone with me, I have my laptop with me, I can connect with my work like every single moment in my life, and I always want to do that. That is actually a kind of intrinsic motivation for me. I like what I doing with my work a lot, but also I receive a lot of complaint from everyone around me in my life. Okay, that's I'm not really sure about them. They it always seems to them that I am being somewhere else. I'm not ever fully present with with my family, with my kids, with my husband. So that got me to think about balance out the time spending with work and the time spending with real human and human connection. How do I handle that? Just switch off the things and very like try to pay attention to the person that I am with, really listen to them and not thinking about something else, because at the same time it's very easy for me to still thinking about work when I am with my loved one. So so I would not say that stress was because of work. Stress was just because of my choice of connection, and got to choice to make better choice. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answer. Yeah. Sometimes we have stress, balance the time in human connection and pay attention to do a work at the same time, right? Okay. And next, I would like to invite the next our lovely guest, long time no see, chị Trúc Lê.
She left already.
Oh, celebrity, pretty.
She left
Okay.
already.
Yes. Okay. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster 𝘗𝘰𢢙 from 𝘗𝐵, right?
You mean Chloe?
You say me? Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Chloe.
Yeah. Okay. And are you ready
Sorry.
for the next questions?
Yeah. I'm already.
Okay. Your questions is, tell us about a
Mhm.
moment. Sorry. Tell us about a moment when you feel tired, stressed, and please say a time when you put your phone away and truly enjoy being present with someone. What did that moment feel like?
Wow. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Chloe, and my phone with me is look like the friend. I say that because that in all of my life that I'm working a lot, and in my job that uh, I connect with the other by my phone. And during this time that I usually check the message on it to connect with the other. And the moments that I feel tired, stressed, that I didn't control is when it's assembly like the holiday as the weekend when I feel it's easy and I look like a screen grown in the Facebook with the film or a sample with a short video, and it makes me feel like I'm more the energy on this, and I feel that this time is making me feel tired. The time is making me feel stressed, and I didn't know that the dopamine is really a lot, and I'm strong a lot. And at the time, I realized that I set a time I need for myself at 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I will stop it. And I put my phone away and I think that I need to another activity and I connect with other. Or sometimes I do exercise near my house, have a park, and sometimes I will like run in the park or working in the park with my friend. And in such moments that I feel that I have time with the nature, I have time with the people. And I feel that it's not look like the things that it's make me feel more, it have a lot of activity that it's make me feel like boost release dopamine a lot by the phone, and another exercise is good for our health and good for us. And when you realize that you need to balance about what the time you can do to the phone or what the time you can do is the other activity, it's your two. And I think that our life we have a lot of purpose and continue to focus the purpose that we want. Yeah. Come back to Thomas the thingy. Yeah.
Thank you. Your message. Yeah. We need to balance. We need to balance using technologies like phones, laptop, and balance with and human connection and nature. Yeah. Okay. And now we move on to the number 5 questions. I would like to invite Toastmaster. I invite guest Bảo Ngọc. Are you there? Guest Bảo Ngọc. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your question is, if you could change one small thing about how you use technology, what would it be? And how do you think this will improve your life? Toastmaster Bảo Ngọc.
Thank you for your question. And how many of you here in the morning you wake up and check your phone immediately? Check your phone. Can you come in number one? Yes, not only me, right? When I say just for 5 minutes, but 30 minutes later, I still scrolling. And after work or teaching, I want to relax. Maybe I will open TikTok or Facebook without thinking. But in my mind has a voice, just one more video. But 1 hour later, I still awake and no one focus with that habit. It's not for our life, right? So if I could train one small thing about how I use technology on my phone, maybe the first time I will wake up without phone. I will wake up and drink some water and have 5 or 10 minutes to relax or meditation. Yes, and I think it will have my brain can calm down and has the moment just for me, no phone, no technology, just relax and breathe in and breathe out. It makes our body relax, our mind relax more. And when I lose focus easily, I think it's because I use too much phone. So the first thing I want to change is wake up without my phone. So back to you, Tigodi.
Yeah, thank you. Your sharing. Change stop surfing your phone in the morning. Yeah. Okay. And the final questions. I would like to invite Toastmaster who want to answer the final questions. This is the last chance.
I'll take it.
I would like. Sorry.
I'll take it.
Oh, sorry. Your name?
Unless you have somebody else.
Bill.
Your Bill. Yeah. Your last questions. Yeah. Okay, Bill. Looking at your life today, in the way you are using technology, helping you live and work in the way you truly want to. Toastmaster Bill.
Oh, thank you very much for that great question. Is the way I am using technology helping the way I live and work the way I truly want to? Actually, yes, it is really helping me live and work the way I truly want to. Why? Because I actually work in technology and everything I do is involving technology, whether I'm working online, from home, in the office, I'm always working in front of the computer, I'm working with agents, I'm working with other people. Everything I do involves technology in some form. The field that I'm working in requires me to be able to actually use technology. But one of the bonuses of what I do is we have to ensure that the technology that we employ in our organization, but also the way we do it for ourselves, has to be done in a really safe manner. One of the good things I do is I work at the real cutting edge of technology. So really new AI integration into our organization. And by regulating how it comes in, rather than just adopting it blindly, it really is there to help us. And it all comes down to serve the one real purpose, and that is why. Why do we do what we do? And how do we help our customers live the lives or help them out in difficult situations? And so that is what I do. The technology we do serves the why, it serves the customer, and so it helps us work and live the way that we truly want to. Again, technology should not be the answer for everything, but it should be there to help us enhance our lives. I really love what everybody has been saying about the digital detoxing, about just being able to step away from the screens. They're all fantastic. And so by knowing how to deploy technology safely, we can use technology to help us live and help us work the way we truly want to. Back to you.
Thank you for your answer. Yeah, I agree with you. Technology is not about everything, but if you use technologies in the right way, it can help us a lot of in work, life, and learning. Okay, and so to wrap up this session, I would like something. Thank you a lot of speaker today. You dare to answer the questions, and the message I want to give you today is digital wellness is not about doing less. It is about choosing better. A small goals before you open app or a quiet dinner without notification, or a real conversation with someone you love, it make your life better. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. David?
Thank you very much to our table topic master, Toastmaster 𝘗𝘓𝑦𝑡, for that wonderful session. I believe everyone get to know how the importance of digital wellness and the time to put our phones away and increase our own social life. One of it is Toastmasters. Before the voting, I would like to call upon the timer to present his timer's report for the table topic session. Over to you.
Thank you so much. So this is the timing report, and I will typing it in the chat. Toastmaster link, our guest link, 2 minutes and 51 seconds, disqualified. Toastmaster Phoebe, 3 minutes and 3 seconds, disqualified. Toastmaster Mario Tamdo, 2 minutes and 26 seconds, qualified. Toastmaster Coley, 2 minutes and 39 seconds, disqualified. Toastmaster Bảo Ngọc, 1 minute and 59 seconds, qualified. And last, Toastmaster Bill, 2 minutes and 18 seconds, qualified.
Thank you very much, timer, for the report on the table topic session. Let us vote for the best or the favorite table topic speaker. Let me share the link. Please vote for the best table topic speaker. We have 5 voters now. Please remember to vote. We have 3 members.
In the meantime, we're waiting for voting. We can move forward to the next section, David.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Let us move on to the next session, the evaluation session. we have our we have not enough time for meeting networking. Let's move on with the meeting reports. We have 2 evaluators tonight for the table topics. I would like to call upon the first evaluator for odd speakers, which is speaker 1, 3, and 5, Toastmaster Felix Dang, to give his evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster David Tan, and congratulations, every table topic answerer had just complete your answers. Today, the the question from Toastmaster 𝘗𝘬𝘓 has made it to answer in a way that start with the structure like hook, problem, solution, and call to action. It's like a problem solution structure format. So the way most speaker is answering is like lacking a small part in that structure. Like sometimes you forget to emphasize the problem, or sometimes the solution, but not a really result at the end. Or after you have a result, you do not have the certain call to action. So just fulfill it, and the answer will be more perfect. So now I go to the first question. What is the first thing you do when your phone after wake up? Toastmaster 𝘗𝘓𝘓. So I'm really impressed by the way she's being so energetic. What she doing good here is she's having a clear structure with her problem is but first she hooked everyone with 2 questions. Do you have your phone? What you do with it right now? And then she states her problem is Facebook message for phones every morning. And after that, the problem is wasting a lot of time. Then solution is time management. Yeah, the clear structure, really good. But to polish it, let's add a small call to action, pointing out the solution at the end. Like, for example, let's stop being managed by our devices and start managing our moment. That's the call to action, and make your answer become touching, and people will remember your story more. Yeah. Question number 3. Tell us about a moment when you felt tired, stressed because of your technology, and how did you handle it? Toastmaster 𝘗𝘓𝘬 had doing really good by making a really strong message at the end. Make a better choice for connection. I'm really impressed by that message. Yeah, our connection is our choice. And to lead into that, she stated that because of the devices make her ways easier with working with work than with people. So she really love it. But sometimes it's make a problem that being complained by not being present. So the solution of her is switch on the device and being present more with the one she loves. But the problem here is not strong enough. Yeah, we hasn't seen the problem really strong enough to lead to that decision. So to polish this answer, she can try adding a moment that she realized that making a better choice for connection by switching up the devices actually help her feel better, not stressful. And from that moment, the result is that she should be present more. So after adding that climax, the message at the end would be stronger. Question number 5. If you could change one small thing about technology, what would it be? Toastmaster 𝘗𝘓𝘓𝑚. So I'm really impressed by the way she hooked by asking a question for empathy, dumbstrolling. So one more video, one more dopamine solution also. The result is stay focused better. So she have the result and the problem. But I really need to have to see the problem of her. What is the problem with dumbstrolling? How she loses focus. Yeah, because that she wastes time or lose focus, and after that she make the decision to change the habit, water, meditation. Yeah. So to polish the answer, add a problem with waking up with dumbstrolling, and the answer become more logical, and people will be more feel more persuasive with your answer. So the structure just to be fulfilled more, hook, a problem, solution, and then call to action. And the answer is better. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, those table topics evaluator odd. Toastmaster Felix Dang for the feedback on our odd speakers 1, 2, 3. Not odd speakers. Speaker 1, 2, speaker 1, 3, and 5. Next, I would like to call upon table topic evaluator for the even speakers 2, 4, and 6. Toastmaster 𝘊-𝘓𝘦𝘴𝘵 to give his feedback.
Thank you very much, David. Let me ask Tong a quick question. How many minutes do I have?
You have within 2 and 3 minutes.
Awesome. Thank you
As
very much.
normal evaluation.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I get to evaluate Phoebe, Chloe, and Bill, and I'm going to clump you all together because I only have 3 minutes to speak. First of all, I would like to congratulate you all to take upon the questions in itself. And for me to evaluate a table topic is easier than to actually answer the table topic question. But what I'm going to give myself credibility to give you this kind of tip, and part of it was because last year I actually won table topic, international, humorous, and evaluation, all 4 at district. So at least that gives the credibility of about what I'm going to say. All 3 of you answered the question in a way that you were writing a report. In table topics, if you decide to compete this one day, what you want to do is hear the question. As you are hearing the question, your brain is fast enough to come up with a story. All 3 of you came up with a story. However, what you did was you only give 2 sentences of a story, then you start talking about the preaching of what you should do. For example, when Phoebe asked about how she worked using technology on a daily basis, then she's talking about, yes, I checked a message, and then she went on and on and on and talked about, how she spent so much time on the phone. Same thing with Chloe, when the question was to ask, do you put a phone away when you feel tired? And you continue to talk about, yes, we should always balance our time. And then for Bill, it was the same thing. How do you operate technology on a regular day? And he talks about his work with his using a computer as his work. So you all continue to talk about how we should use technology. An opportunity in table topics is coming up with a story in your head and then use a hook in the beginning. Phoebe has an opportunity because when you brought up that mix and mingle, that is a beautiful hook. Everyone would love it when you said, would you like to mix and mingle? Yeah, that's what I did with my phone. When I wake up that morning, I pick up that phone and I check Facebook, ready to mix and mingle. And then you continue with the story. And then in the end, fine, you can preach with us. You know what? But technology takes up so much of my life that this is not the way to do it. So let's put this away and get back to our personal life instead. That's an opportunity there. For Chloe, yes, Chloe, in the end, you talked about how we should all balance our time. Why not start out in the beginning with the hook and say, imagine your life is running out of time. Because of this, we are being with the worst enemy of our lives, taking away and robbing our time. Then jump into that story, how the phone takes away to our time because you scroll on your phone all day long, forgetting to exercise and gaining these unwanted weight. And then you wrap into the speech. So guys or friends, stay away from those phones if you want to balance our time. Same thing with Bill. I'm seeing the red. Bill, beautiful story that you are a tech guy, but a tech guy can be funny as well. Jump into that story right away. I'm sitting in my computer doing my work and oh boy, this is what I went to school for. But in the end, this is all worth it. And let us be into that moment with you, playing with your computer. So that's the tip for all of you. If you decide to compete in table topic questions, stop telling us what to do. Get into the story and bring us into the scene. Back to you.
Thank you very much, our Toastmaster 𝘊-𝘓𝘕, our table topics evaluator for the even speakers. There is no timing report for our 2 table topics evaluators. Therefore, I would like Please vote for the best labor topics evaluator or the favorite evaluator, labor topic evaluator. I'll share the link. Let's continue with our role players reports. I would like to call upon Toastmaster 𝘊-𝘬𝘕𝘓, the listener and grammarian, for his reports. Over to you. Please, okay.
Do we have the time report for evaluators?
Yes, I believe that we do. We have 2 minutes for that. For green, 3 minutes for yellow, and 4 minutes for red. Today, unfortunately, today we don't talking about food, or we don't talking about place to go. So I cannot see any kind of picture unless the picture I can see you on your bed and play with your phone. And I'm in the same way with you. So, but let's talk about, anybody remember Mr. Landry share how many items that you need to have in your 7-minute prepared speech? Anybody count? You can unmute your mic and speak.
And 10 points.
Okay. It's 20. So 20, thinking 20 of them, you will put them all into 7-minute speech. Make your speech perfect. If you want compete district with him. Okay. Now, and what is the most in his speech, in this 20, he say which is the most important? Anybody remember? This point is okay. Well, eye contact is the most important, because that is drain, that either boost your energy or drain your energies. That's where he say the most important. Okay. Now, anybody remember Philip, where he want to get his wedding at?
The beach.
At the beach. Wonderful. Now, so I will skip all the table topic, because most of us here, the first thing we do, we check the phone and do on the Facebook. So that's all for me to say today. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster 𝘊-𝘬𝘕𝘓, for the grammarian and listeners' reports. Next, I would like to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster 𝘊-𝘬𝘕, to deliver his general evaluator's report for tonight's meeting. Over to you.
Thank you very much. And it's my pleasure today to be the last minute general evaluator. So forgive me, as I've just been called into, I was voluntold into doing this. So I may have missed some detail, so bear with me. So I'm going to work backwards and we'll go from there. I'll start off with some of the roles. The grammarian role, I do challenge the grammarian today. There was no questions with the grammar or to notice anything or good usage or poor usage of grammar. So part of your role as the grammarian is to look out for any structural issues with grammar, any comments, and any good use of grammar. So just remember about that. However, as a listener, also did extremely well, asked some very, very tough questions, which really tested us on how we observed. And unfortunately, we did miss out a lot of detail. So it was very, very good of him to test us out and showed us that we need to improve our listening skills. Now, the next role will be the evaluators for the table topics. Yes, I am evaluating the evaluators. I'll start off with Felix. Felix, as the odd evaluator, gave great feedback. He commented on the delivery of the speech and tied a lot of what he commented on with today's workshop. So it showed that not only did he listen, but he observed and tried to adapt what we learned today in the workshop to form the basis of his evaluations. Gave great advice to each of the speakers on how they can improve. I do challenge him, however, not to use the words like but or however. What we really want to do in an evaluation is not only provide feedback, but in evaluation, we evaluate to motivate. So rather than speaking in terms of but or however, use terms like I challenge. So I challenge so-and-so to do this, to improve, to go to the next level. And the other thing I would tie to both speaker evaluators tonight is when we evaluate for the benefit of the audience, not just the people who are being evaluated. So rather than speaking to the person directly, we speak to the audience. And when we speak to the audience, we evaluate somebody, we don't talk to them, we refer to them as the third person. Len, what can I say? Extraordinarily experienced Toastmaster, well proven, has credibility. Gave fantastic advice for all of the evaluators today. Gave great advice, gave things that really would give that extra pop to any Toastmaster or table topic speech. Again, much like Felix, I would challenge Len not to speak directly to the person he's evaluating, but rather to refer to them as the third person because you are evaluating for the benefit of the audience. I can see I'm starting to run out of time. The Toastmaster Day, David, did exceptionally well, kept the meeting running very smoothly, segued to different segments very smoothly, kept the discipline very tight, looked at the timing and made sure that the meeting ran very, very well. The workshop was absolutely the highlight. I'm running very short on time here, so Len gave us so many great points. I felt like even though he was starting to run out of time, he just threw out just absolute gold nuggets of wisdom. Absolute, just throwing at us the whole time. Bang, bang, bang. So many awesome things. It gave me many, many insights on what it takes to go to that next level. I've only ever been up to a division level in a competition, and listening to him, I learned what made my speech different to those who actually went on and went further. And that was some great insights. He kept us enthralled throughout the whole speech. He was so lively. He just kept varying his tone. What he delivered in that workshop, he delivered exactly. What he taught in that workshop, he delivered exactly in that speech. And he answered every question from the audience professionally, very well, and gave us all insights, not just for the person who was asking the question. So excellent meeting today. Great transition. Mood booster from Hung Lee was also wonderful, just giving us that 30 seconds to get us all up into the mood for the speech. Fantastic meeting today. Well done. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much to our General Evaluator Toastmaster 𝘊-𝘓𝘦𝘴𝘵 for the General Evaluator's report in the given time, which is very short. Before I hand over control back to our Madam President, I would like to share the voting link once again for the best key role holder or favorite key role holder. please vote for the best, for your favorite key role holder. Thank you so much for everyone for attending tonight's meeting. Great meeting for tonight. It's good to be back and to be your Toastmaster of the day. It's the best moment for me, and hopefully C-Level will continue to grow better and better. I'm Toastmaster David, and I sign off for my Toastmaster of the day duty. And I'd like to hand over control back to our Madam President, Toastmaster 𝘗𝘕𝘬.
Right, thank you, David, for leading the show today. Wow, it's such a very impressive meeting. I believe you guys learned so much from today, right? Can you type in the chat box one word? Only one word, huh? Talk about one thing you remember the most from today. Only one word. One or two, huh? It can be a phrase, a noun phrase, but I want to listen from one thing you take away from today. For example, it can be digital wellness, or the balance, or it's about the training, or like some tip from lecturers, like something like transformational or foundational phrase, something like that. Let's share your thought, and we can learn from each other. Actions, transformation, yes, lovely. Call to action, yes. Call to action is the thing you see is repeat a lot from Lantern's training to evaluation from Felix. It's repeat a lot. Great. Transformation, manage time, right? Energy management, great. So let's keep sharing, everyone. I believe we can exchange and learn more from each other. And now it's a time for us to celebrate the winner today. That means the winner of the audience heart. But all of you are the winner in your own journey. Remember that. Okay, so for today's meeting, we are very honored to have our special guest, our trainer, Toastmaster Lantern, a semi-finalist world champions in 2025. Once again, thank you so much, Toastmaster Lantern, for taking time for us. We so appreciate your sharing of this are exceptional. Once again, thank you so much, Lantern. That is a small gift we love to share with you. It's like a small gift. Hope you enjoyed the meeting today. Hope you have a great time in your day. All right. Next, I love to congratulate the favorite table topic speaker. The one come from US, Australia. Toastmaster 𝘊𝘓𝘕𝘬𝘓. Congratulations, 𝘊𝘓𝘕𝘬𝘓, the technology guy with so many secrets behind. Thank you, Bill, for great story. And next, our favorite table topic evaluator. Again, Toastmaster Lantern. People love you a lot. You see, you appear a lot in our spotlight. And last but not least, today is like the men's championship. Toastmaster 𝘊𝘓𝘕𝘬𝘓 for favorite key role holder for today. Congratulations, Bill. Awesome job. All right, so congratulations all the winner and all of us for today. Today we are up here in the meetings. We have the winner already because we step out of the comfort zone. We speak out loud. We learn something new as the winner. That is achievement already. Once again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here with C-Level. Every meeting, we will learn something new and upgrade ourselves to the next level. Yeah. Once again, I hope to see you in the next meeting on Saturday, 2 more weeks with Prepare Speed Marathon. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope to see you again more and more. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Good weekend and holiday.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.